Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. In just a few short weeks, it will be December. That means Christmas is just around the corner, as well as the new year. With the Filipinos' fondness of loud celebrations, fireworks are a must. Enter the Dragon Fireworks and Drone Technology. As their name implies, they also offer drone technology. Let's find out more about the firm and what they offer. We'll be speaking with Dr. Derrick Ong. He's the president of Dragon Fireworks and DroneTech PH. Good morning, Derrick, or Dr. Ong.
Good morning, Ferdi.
So you are actually a physician.
Yes, I graduated in UST
Yes,
2017.
and now you're that's quite a shift from being a physician to being into the drone and fireworks industry. How did that happen?
Actually, I graduated in University of Santo Tomas 2017. It was really my passion to become a doctor. But at that time also, I felt like the entrepreneurial spirit was actually with me. So I decided...
It was stronger.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh, so generally in profession, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a businessman.
Okay, is it the same? I mean, of course, you're Phil Chai.
Yes.
Is it does it come with tradition wherein the son follows and helps out the father in the business, or the whole family in the business?
Well, a little bit it does, but also I felt like it was our legacy, our family legacy, to continue what my parents and the founders have done. So the factory has been here for like the past 33 years, and I felt like I want to continue and to improve our...
So Dragon Fireworks is a legacy business from your parents.
Yes.
And how long has it been around?
33 years, since 1992.
33 years.
Yes.
So wow, that's a major shift right there.
Yes.
So tell me, what ignited that? What sparked the interest in, aside from obviously your familiar ties with the business? What sparked the interest in you?
So just to tell you a brief story, my father and my uncle started it in 1992. They went to Bulacan to resell some of these products.
Yes.
And eventually they wanted to make a better product and to innovate these. So they studied the craft and they look at it in very long term. They innovated and voila, Dragon Fireworks came around.
Yeah, because Bulacan is synonymous for fireworks.
Yes.
I mean, it's turned into a tradition more than something that's commercially viable there. But apparently, the Bulacan merchants who deal with fireworks, year after year, starting to lessen. Is that a fact?
Well, it is because also I think that the Philippines regulation as well has been more strict. But it's also a good thing because at the same time, we could also make sure that the quality of products are well kept.
Yes.
So we're currently working with a lot of agencies, with the PNP, with the DTI, to make sure that all of these products that come out in the market are well and good.
Right, because we can arguably say that Dragon Fireworks and Drone Inc., I would say,
Yes.
is the best or the number one in the Philippines.
Well, thank you for that. Of course, it's locally made, and I would like to also promote all locally manufactured products. I always tell about my products is that we are safe, we are quality, and we also make sure that it's going to be safe for your family to use. So thank you.
Yes, and every year, since I remember, there's always like a fireworks competition in Manila Bay.
Yes.
Is it still happening?
It is, it is. Actually, it's a good thing to promote as well because right now we see all of these families get together. We also celebrate the Festival of Lights and also make sure that it's not only appreciated by a few people, but by all.
Right, because let's get down to the real business
Okay.
of let's cut it up between the fireworks and the drone. Obviously, big celebration, especially as I mentioned earlier, New Year's, and a lot of people spend millions of pesos on fireworks as a symbol of celebration, right? What was the biggest project you've done so far?
I take pride in doing a show for Quezon City, for Pasig, for Marikina, for a lot of these hotels as well. So we do all of their Christmas lightings. And as you always think about fireworks, it's a New Year thing. But we can also do fireworks for weddings and also for malay mo, for your birthday as well. We'll be most happy to do fireworks for your birthdays.
That is just solidified, folks. He just said it here on the show. But like for example, I know this for a fact because I used always spend New Year's in on the island of Boracay,
Yes.
and particularly one hotel there is Discovery, and everybody waits for the fireworks show there year after year. It's also turned into tradition. And this is more than 20 minutes or sometimes even a 30-minute show. And for something of that magnitude, I'm not going to ask you the specifics,
Right.
obviously. It's done on the water, right? And this entails quite some, quite a substantial amount of money. Normally, how much does that spectacular fireworks show
Well, it really depends on the
cost? Yeah.
budget that we're using.
Yes.
But for specifically for Boracay, what we do is we get a barge and we bring it to the sea, and we do the setups there. So it really depends on the budget. There's a normal fireworks display, but you can also go for a pyro musical. So
Okay, like a pyro musical, what does that entail, cost-wise and the tech?
Well, first thing we do is we do design based on the colors of the specifications of our client. The second one is we prepare the specific effects and the shells that are supposed to be made. But for the pyro musical, roughly I would say it's around 200,000 and above.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so like for example, the Rockwell does it.
Yes.
Yearly. In fact, you've just done a few Christmas lighting
Yes.
festivities. You've
Yes.
done Araneta. You just did
Soler.
Power Plant, yeah, Soler as well. Does it matter how many minutes?
Well, it doesn't need to be a lot of time. What we want to actually focus on is the feelings, the emotions that we
Yeah,
bring
because
forward.
the longer it is, don't you have that impact, right?
It's actually yes and no. So yes, because we bring. It's not about the duration. It's more about the synchronization, the effects that we use, the fan effects, the shells, and the type of fireworks that we use. So it's not always about the duration. But basing it on the price, it's very affordable. You can bring it to your hotels, you can bring it to your events, and we can always work on the budget that our
Right,
client
because
gives.
a fireworks display is also status symbol.
Yes.
She mentioned a while ago, when you get married, if there's no fireworks, you're just like, all right, that's cool, all right. But of course, if you have fireworks, they're like, wow, okay, they're really prepared and they really spent on something like this, right?
Yes.
Has it become something that's synonymous to Filipino celebrations when it comes to fireworks?
I think so. Yes. I believe that the Filipinos really love to celebrate. They want to capture this moment in time, not only during weddings. Actually, we did a fireworks show during my wedding 3 months ago.
Wow.
And I think it's really for us and also for our people, our family to celebrate all together. Also, we do the drone shows right now for weddings.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get to the drones in a little bit, but how do you think the position of the fireworks industry in the Philippines compared to, let's say, the spectacles in Sydney when they do the Harbor Bridge in Sydney? That's a global event.
Yes.
Can we now be compared to that? Can we compete in that stage?
Yes, I believe that the Philippines has what it takes to compete in the global stage. We have multiple shows all across the Philippines. We have the one in Taguig, on High Street. We have the one in Quezon City. We have the one in Rockwell, Makati. Aside from these, I think what other international countries don't have is that we could actually use consumer fireworks, which are like their fountains, our professional
Yeah, I was
effects.
gonna ask you about that because they're very tech-based. It's already digital, no?
Yes.
We no longer have analog, quote-unquote, fireworks.
Yes.
Everything's done digitally, and with a lot of tech involved in it, right? Has this made your industry more competitive? And has the costs added to that, or?
We want to actually bring in all the tech as well. So our company uses a couple of number of all of these machines to do for our shows. But for fireworks display, you can still do the manual firing. So it's still available and still for use. So you can still do the manual firing in provinces, in areas. Yeah.
Interesting. But about in the world, who are the top three countries that produce fireworks?
Mainly, there are countries in Europe and also in America.
Okay. But I mean, the American type of fireworks are completely different to ours,
Yes,
right? Because
yes.
I think ours is a little bit more aggressive when it
Gusto
comes to
natin,
fireworks.
gusto natin mas
Yeah,
bongga,
mas
mas
malakas.
malaki,
Like,
mas malakas.
what's a cinturon ni what's Judas Belt,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that one actually, if you think about it, it can be a little dangerous because it's right there in front of you. Have there been regulations in the country covering that kind of safety concern?
There are. For these kinds of fireworks, you need to use it in a community display. But for your 16 shots or your consumer effects, your fountains, your luces, can be used outside one's home. So there's always like a confusion.
Right.
But it's really allowed by law to be used outside one's house, except for these loud bangers, what you call it.
Okay, those would that's what we normally have for Chinese New Year's and the regular New Year's,
Yes, we're
right?
trying to differentiate pyrotechniques, which are more of the light, more of the aerials from papotok.
Okay, can you explain that to us?
Okay, so there's actually three kinds of fireworks. You
Okay.
have the one that you do your fountains where you light it up, and it will bring like colorful displays.
But that's a ground level.
Ground
Okay.
level, you have the aerial ones. The aerial ones would be the one that you light, and then all of the shots are up in the air.
Poke like that,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
And the last would be the papotok, which would be the bangers and also yung cinturon na sinasabi mo a while ago.
Okay. I didn't know that there was three kinds because to me, fireworks is fireworks. They're all the same.
Yes.
I didn't know that there were three different categories.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the most affordable among those categories?
The fountains and the magic ones, the luces, it's
Yes.
really for family use, so that's pretty affordable for all.
All right, and we're gonna talk about the drones in a moment, but we're gonna be right back here on Trade Talk. Stay with us. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We continue our conversation with Dr. Jad Derrick Ong of Dragon Fireworks and DroneTech PH. Now, before the break, we were talking about fireworks in the three different categories. But what really piqued my interest, that's why I wanted you to come on the show, is one evening I was driving down from Tagaytay, and there's this mall that was, a beverage brand that had a display in the sky, and I was wondering what is going on there, right? Because I thought it was just a reflection of an LED screen, but it was a play of drones in the air that lasted almost an hour. So I said, "Wow!" So now, Derek, you have this technology, and you're apparently one of the pioneers in the Philippines doing this. What's this new type of entertainment?
So this one is called light drone. It's
Okay.
a swarm drone where we actually have the only purpose that it serves is to emit light.
Okay.
Currently, it works as a technology wherein you place in an area and then you secure that area and make sure you program the designs for the show. So we work with our clients very much. We give them the specifications of what kind of branding, marketing, or logos they want in the air, and we can
Yes.
produce it for you.
That's just amazing because you can have a few hundred or thousands of these little things up in the air. Like you said, you can put your logo on it and then and change the lights. How does it work?
Well, there's a GPS system. We make sure there's a safe area where we could actually fly it. So recently, we prefer doing a ground mount, wherein it's usually half a basketball court, and then we safe ground the area.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that on YouTube, where you got thousands laid out in a field even,
Yes.
and then they take off at different points when you cue them, di ba? And once they get in the air, they're not lit yet,
They're not.
and then all of a sudden you've got all these images in the
Yes.
sky. It's so cool.
It's very amazing how you can see it. The drone's purpose is to give knowledge, to give a story, animations on how you want the story to be played. We did the last time for UAP, and I was so amazed on how the logos came out. We have the UST Tigers, the UP Maroons. All of these logos were up in the air, and I think all of the people who attended felt the school spirit. So it gives out the raw emotions of all of these people.
Talking about raw emotions, in a couple of years we're going to go back to an election cycle.
Yes.
Has any politicians ever thought about using this kind of technology to advertise themselves?
I think there were a few before who already did and use our products, but they rather feature their cities. So what they do is they feature their products, they feature the name, and also the logos of their city instead of themselves. So I think it's mostly supporting and also promotion of the city.
Yeah, where did this technology come from and where did it start?
It started 2019. We get it from Shenzhen, China. They do have the most advanced technology because they also did the Paris Olympics. So we're getting from the same. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you think this will pretty much conquer the fireworks industry
Well, I hope not because I think it's more
or
of like
replace
a
actually? Yeah.
it's more of like a compliment. So, like I said a while ago, the drones would give out the story and the messages and the branding, but you can't have an event without fireworks. It's going to be the grand finale. It's going to be the sky filled up with fireworks. So we can use both at the same time, but also you can choose which one you want to do.
Have you ever had a situation when both technologies were used?
Yes, we did one for our recent event with the 12th anniversary of Soler, and also at the Bacolod, which is we had the City of Smiles mascara.
That's so interesting. And how did you mix those two together? Of course, you can't have the fireworks exploding up in the sky while you've got your drones flying because they'll drop like flies, literally.
It's gonna be a little bit exciting and technical.
Yeah.
We could do a two-dimensional wherein the fireworks are at the background and the drones are nearer, or we could fly the drones first and give the story outlay and then immediately use the fireworks.
And how do you help your clients choose between using fireworks, drones, or a hybrid?
Well, it's also part of our service to know what our client wants and needs. So especially for you, for your birthday, I'm gonna
Wow.
ask you. I'm gonna. So of course, for our directors, they tell us what they really want. Derek, I need you to do this kind of story for us, or we want to celebrate this anniversary. What can you actually give me? So I'm gonna give them a list of choices on what images and maybe the logos or what they want to actually show up in the air. And I always tell them, let's just finish the event with like a 2-minute or a 3-minute fireworks just to really end it with a blast.
All right. What challenges do you face in this kind of industry?
Well, of course, we started 6 years ago with the Southeast Asian Games. We were the ones that did that. Right now, what I really want to point out is that both our companies, Dragon Fireworks and DroneTech, are very compliant companies that really do follow the regulations. So we do work with Civil Aviation Authority, NTC for our frequency. And I just want to point out that I'm very thankful for their agencies for helping us out. And of course, promote the Philippine-made, because all of our Dragon Fireworks is actually a Filipino-made product. We have almost 300 workers, and likewise for
Yeah, I
DroneTech.
can imagine, Derek, because you can't do this, the and fireworks, near an airport
Yes.
or an active airspace,
Yes.
right? What about safety and compliance? How do you deal with that?
So we work very closely with these agencies. With DroneTech, since it's a drone and aerial thing, we always have the permission and licenses with GAAP. It's called Civiation Aviation of the Philippines Authority, and also with NTC. So we do certainly want to cooperate with them all the time and coordinate if we have our shows, just to make sure that everything's all right.
Going back to the drones, have you ever thought of expanding this this business model into, let's say, agricultural or industrial uses? For example, agriculture, like sending out a couple hundred drones and checking out if your orchard is viable or if there's anything happening or that's of concern.
Well, we do have some offers as well to start up on that aspect, but I think there are already a lot of these agricultural drones and surveillance drones that are around. What I want to actually focus on is on the events itself. So that's why I only focus on the drone lights.
Okay. So there's, nobody's called you to say like, to purchase like drones to put out fires, because I know there are industrial drones that are capable of that.
We have certainly started up on that.
Ah.
So I'm already about to release it as well.
Oh, nice. And of course, how do you balance seasonality with fireworks and drones?
Well, everybody knows that the fireworks is a New Year-centric product, but of course, there are also a lot of events throughout the years. You have your fiestas, your weddings, and once the New Year festivities have done, what I focus on is how to improve our products further. I really have time and make time to check what we did wrong in the last years and further improve. As I've said, the company's 33 years, and I look forward to bring it for the next 50 years.
Absolutely. What about the environmental impact of, let's say, fireworks? Is there any, do you practice any sustainable models for that?
Well, when I came in the company 3 or 4 years ago, I really made sure to put a sustainability effort. So we installed a 70 kilowatt solar panel on our roofing, and there's a lot of drying process with the effects that we do. So what I did is also we installed like skylights.
So it also helps mitigate, like for example, when when fireworks are done, the smoke and stuff like that. So
Yes.
Okay, interesting. That's nice of you.
Yeah.
What about innovations? You mentioned a while ago, moving forward the company in the next couple of years,
So-
decades at least.
Yeah, the legacy that I want to upkeep and uphold as also a Filipino-Chinese business is also to bring it to the next step. What I want to do is to bring the Filipino craft, and it's always about the Filipino pride of bringing a product abroad.
Nice.
So for the next few years, I'm also trying my best to make it internationally, to make it international.
I'm looking
and to-
forward
and
to
bring
that,
it to our
Derek. I'm
export.
sure you will with your technology. I have three more questions to ask
Go
of
ahead.
you. What is your worst investment?
Worst investment, I've always say there's none, because you always think of it as a learning step towards bringing it to another, to improvement. So there's a lot of bad investments I've made throughout the past years, and I think that's also. I think also a lot of entrepreneurs would also relate to that.
Yes.
But we always focus on what you can do next.
What about your best investment?
My best investment would be my wife,
Okay.
because they always say that having a good wife and having a good family leads you to become better.
Well, I'm gonna ask her later on if she agrees. What about your favorite mistake? I'm sure your wife will say you.
My favorite mistake, I can't think of any right now. I can't think of any.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask your wife
Okay,
later on
please
off
ask her.
air. All right. Thank you so much, Derek, for being here and explaining to us about the industry of fireworks and drones. And it's really apt for the season's festivities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Freddie. Thanks for having me.
And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV channel 31 and on cable via Cignal channel 24. Thank you for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel. Always on top.